Some experts say there are signs that the economy is recovering, but there are still millions of Americans being affected by the current mortgage crisis and credit crunch. Joining us is marketing and mortgage expert Chip Cummings. Chip, thanks for being here.
Happy New Year, Mike. Great to be back.
Same to you.
Yeah, and, a lot going on in the world of finance right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you know, you're already working the live blog. Lots of questions on there, and we have more up here. Why don't we talk a little bit about the state of the market right now? I know that there's a report just came out for bankruptcies. Unbelievable amount of bankruptcies expected in 2009.
It is. It's scary. Santa did bring a few good things for consumers out there in West Michigan, though. The numbers are looking good. We actually have seen some progress in the professionals, the real estate agents, the mortgage lenders that I'm affiliated with. We see some action, and it's all positive. Numbers are up, and there's some really good deals out there. As we were talking with some of our viewers on the blog, there are a lot of good deals. You just have to shop carefully, and that's the trick.
And that is the trick. Maybe we'll take a question from one of the folks that we have here. This one is from Greg Steiner here in Grand Rapids. He says, I'm a first-time home buyer looking to take advantage of the $8,000 tax credit. It seems so confusing. How can I effectively compare different financing options?
And that's a big question that a lot of people are looking at right now. What we have are two separate circumstances. One deals with the actual tax credit itself, which is good for many more months. And even people that aren't first-time home buyers can take advantage of that credit. You want to use IRS Form 5500. That's the one you want to track down. You can get that off of the government site, and that has some of the requirements for that. But when it comes to comparing loans, it's really difficult. The government has brought out a new 3-page form. It replaces the 1-page good faith estimate now, where we actually have a spot on the form where you can compare several of the loans that you're looking at. Now, a lot of people want to compare by interest rate alone, and I tend to tell people don't try and do that, compare by the costs, because one loan can be so much more expensive that it ends up killing your budget. And so what I recommend you do is you want to go out to many of the lenders out there and ask them to give you a good faith estimate based upon the interest rate. So if your interest rate is 5.5%, say, please give me a good faith estimate based on the 5.5%. And then that way they can easily compare what the true costs are.
So we've gone from 1 page to 3 now?
1 to 3. Unfortunately, there's nowhere where it breaks down the payment anymore. So you're going to have to ask your lender to please break out the payment, show me taxes, insurance, if there's private mortgage insurance involved or government insurance, so that you know exactly what goes into that payment every month.
Okay. Let's take another question there. This one is from Rhonda Vanderpool in Holland. I have a very high credit score and a perfect payment history, but I was just notified by my credit card company that they are increasing my interest rate to almost 30%. I can't switch it to another card. Is there anything I can do?
Rhonda, that is a great question. We are getting inundated with a lot of those questions regarding credit cards. What we're finding is that even people with really high credit scores are now finding themselves with higher rates. And it has nothing to do with their payment history. It has to do with the way the credit card industry is reacting to government regulations. The one thing you can do, Rhonda, is you can challenge it. Call them up and complain and get to every supervisor you can. Write a certified letter to them complaining about it, and you'll find that they may freeze your rate exactly where it is for at least as long as the account remains open for now. But we just had one member of our staff talk with one of our clients that got it down to 12.9% from 29% just by complaining on a daily basis. So keep at it.
And certainly, I know that you were talking on the live blog about folks trying to pay off their credit cards, that kind of thing. Is it better to pay it off every month?
Oh, yeah. You definitely want to make your payments every month. Don't try and front load it by making a major payment and then skipping a month. That'll hurt you. Make at least the minimum payment. Add a few dollars if you can, but be consistent on those payments, yes.
All right. Let's take one last question here. My lender has told me that I have to have a 10% down payment to purchase a new home. There are some programs out there where I can get it for less.
Well, Sam, great question, because a lot of lenders out there are telling people that they have to have larger down payments, that the credit crunch has affected the market. The media, we've been partially to blame for that as well, I got to say.
Blame the media,
I know, but there are a lot of programs out there. In fact, the one you should be looking at, Sam, is an FHA loan. As long as you're not looking for $1 million house, you can get in for 3.5% down, and the closing costs are going to be comparable with the actual conventional loan. And you'll find that the mortgage insurance is going to be a little bit more attractive than some of those higher LTV or loan-to-value conventional different type of teaser rates that are out there. Another option for those of you that were in the service is go with a VA loan. VA loans are a great way to get in for 0% down. They're still guaranteed by the government, and a great option for those people that had some time in the service.
All right, well, some great information, Chip. Thank you. And you're going to stick around, right, on the live blog?
You bet. We'll answer some more questions for the folks and stay as long as we can, and then we'll come back and see what else we can drum up. Hopefully it'll be good news.
Yes,
right?
we need some good news in 2010, right?
You bet.
All right, Chip, thanks a lot.